Yes, everyone, welcome back to the Paxton Perspective. Me and Luke have just got home where Tottenham Hotspur have really embarrassingly lost to West Ham 2-1. And to sum up that game, Luke, there was
shit.
just...
One word, shit.
Yeah, there was no fight. There was no sort of aggression. There was no desire really outside of maybe a 20-minute spell where we looked decent. And there's not much more you can say. West Ham, to be fair, outside of those 25 minutes, probably deserved to get a result today.
Yeah. I want to firstly dive into our starting 11 because I'm looking at it here, and before the game, I actually said 1-1 was my prediction.
Yep.
Ever so slightly got it wrong.
No, I really got it wrong today.
Yeah. No. We'll just let him just go and watch the vlog for the game.
Yeah.
You'll find out the stinker that he had.
Yeah, my prediction was awful.
I'm getting confused by like week by week, to be honest, because like.
Well, I mean, I
still
think
got knobheads in goal playing Flappy Birds.
Yeah. I mean, you look at the starting 11. Looks Paulinho seemed to have picked up some sort of injury during training this week, which meant that he brought in Gallagher straight away.
Yeah. Who I knew, by the way, when we did sign him, was going to be shit.
Yeah, he didn't play very well today. We'll get on to him. But
I'm not a massive fan of Conor Gallagher. I think what he did at Chelsea wasn't great. He's not what we need. And it's... People say, oh, yeah, it's like a like-for-like replacement, like with Johnson. It's nowhere near that.
What do you mean? He don't play in the same position?
Well, no, but in terms of like the money spent.
Oh, right, okay, fine.
Like we got 35 mil for Brennan Johnson, 35 mil straight on Gallagher. There's been no investment from the board whatsoever.
Yep.
Ben Davies looks as though he got stretched off.
Yeah,
so
he did.
That new left back from coming in from Brazil. Hopefully, he can be good.
But do you know what? Really confused me? But what really confused me today is that Ben Davies got injured. Yeah. Mm-hmm. 18 minutes in, or 15 minutes.
19 minutes.
19 minutes. We had a left back on the bench in Udogie.
Yeah. And
he brought Spence on, and Spence, yes, he's had some good games this season. Currently, his form is really bad.
Yeah.
He brought him on.
Ever since he got that call up to England, he's been woeful.
Yeah.
And you know what? Another thing that I want to question, 62nd minute, he brought off Tell, who I actually thought was our best player today.
Yep.
For Solanke. Now, I'm not saying that's the wrong decision. Mm-hmm. Why is Colin Moani still on the pitch? He offered nothing up today. He offered nothing.
Yeah.
Simmons... Yeah, why are you still wearing my shirt?
He's been poor. He's been poor. And actually, he was trying to do stuff.
Terrible.
Hold on. He was trying to do stuff today, and it just wasn't working.
He played a through ball, right, that was that bad. Colin Moani had to throw himself on the floor and try and get a foul for it.
No, I know.
It was that bad.
I know. Simmons, right, outside of that Brentford game and there was another game, I think it was in the Champions League. He's looked absolutely terrible, like awful.
Oh, actually,
but also
I retract my statement saying Tell was best player. Basuma.
Basuma in the second half when he came on in the second half. But going back to Simmons, it wasn't working. He kept trying to do very similar things, and it wasn't working. How did Thomas Frank not look at that and go,
he needs a gym membership.
What?
He does need a gym membership.
But Thomas Frank, surely he was standing, because everyone could see it in the ground, but him. How could he not sit there or stand there and go, you know what? It's not working with him today. Yeah. Let's bring him off and bring Solanke on.
I don't know.
Or let's bring him off and bring on Bergveld.
I just feel like Thomas Frank is just like
clueless,
slowly getting out of his depth. And
he's absolutely clueless.
Trying to big ourselves up. Like, we're crap, right? But West Ham are shit.
Mm-hmm. Going into this today, they had not won in 10 games.
Yeah, up steps Dr. Tottenham. We'll inject you with a bit of hope.
Yeah, but like we had this.
I'm so
literally
baffled with it, man.
10 days ago. We had the exact same thing. Bournemouth winless in 11. West Ham winless in 10. We have now dropped points at home this season to Bournemouth, Wolves, West Ham.
I think everyone, to be honest.
Like so many games where we have looked absolutely
woeful.
Yeah, woeful. I can't say any other words for that.
It's to the point where our club is lost. We're just lost.
Yeah, we are lost.
We're like a I don't even know what an analogy I can use, but it's just like we are just a lost football club. I just feel like everyone at higher up does not have a Scooby-Doo what's going on.
Exactly. Well, but not even higher up. It looks like 90% of the players on the pitch don't know what they're going on. The manager doesn't have a clue what's going on, and that's really, really worrying.
Do you know what I'm now starting to kind of realise and get like flashbacks of? Do you remember last year we were saying, Postecoglou, it's not working. He needs to change up. He needs to adapt.
Yep.
I feel like Thomas Frank's getting to that point. He's not adapting.
Yep.
When was the last time you saw us play 5 at the back?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, and I'm not.
And
saying,
actually,
I'm
it worked.
I'm not saying
it did work for a couple of games.
I'm not saying we should play 5 at the back against relegation form West Ham, but if it's not working halfway through a game, bring on Kevin. How many throws did we have today where we would look to have a long throw, and there's no long throw?
Oh, mate, do you know what really annoyed me?
Porro,
sat
there
in the first half,
pissing about with it in the corner, like with the West Ham fans. He's gone, oh yeah, go on everyone, get in the box, I'll have a long throw. He's then gone to do it. He's gone, oh shit, I can't do that. Someone come short. Yeah. What are you doing, mate? You get booked for time wasting at that point.
He was, I mean, there was just, going back to it, there was just no fight. And I think on the flip side, I turned to you 20 minutes in the game, and I think it was Jared Bowen literally flew into a challenge.
Yeah.
And on the flip side, West Ham today, they wanted the game more. They wanted. I know we always joke about it's their cup final, it's this, but at the end of the day, when we get into the 90 minutes, that's what we want to see.
Yeah.
We don't want to see, and what really annoyed me and what should have happened is Xavi Simons should have come off at half-time for purely based on the fact that there was 2 challenge 50-50s in about a minute.
He backed out.
Right at the end of the first half. And the first one, he just sort of gave up. The second one, he was up against one of their centre-backs, and then sort of backed out of it. But his face, he's quite close to us. His face, I could tell from his facial expression, he was just like, nah.
It's one of those.
Do you get what I mean? Like,
it was
like
one of those.
I don't want to see someone. I do not want to see someone half-hearted, and we've got too many of them. We have way too many of them.
What it is, it feels and looks like, and I'm not gonna dig out any player here because every single, like all 11 or 10 were doing it.
Yeah,
a ball would be like played long or whatever, and it wouldn't go there. It wouldn't fall their way.
Yeah,
right, and they'd chase after it. They'd see that it's gone to the opposition, and then they'd be like, oh, well, I'm not going to press now. I'm just going to turn around and start jogging
it's
backwards.
Just not good
and
enough.
They sit there walking. Our midfield is shit, right? I actually think I'm getting flashbacks of Harry Winks and Ollie Skip in midfield. It's that bad.
Yeah, right? No, it is. It is horrendous. It's really poor.
They're all, and I remember.
But at least Harry Winks and Ollie Skip gave a shit. Hold on. No. Hold on.
No.
Hold on. No, I'm not saying.
The fuck up.
I'm not saying.
Were.
No.
Oh my god.
No,
Ollie
they were
Skip
bad.
Is as useful as a packet of skips.
No, what I'm saying, crumbles, yeah. But what I'm saying is, I'm not saying that they were good footballers. Yeah, but no, I'm not saying that they were good footballers. But they actually they did want to go into tackles. They did want to fight. They wanted to fight at least.
Right.
Their ability. Hold on. No, their ability didn't back it up. Right. But they did actually want to fight for the ball for 90 minutes. We do not have that. One player that did do it to an extent today when he came on at half time and did have a decent game was Basuma.
Yeah.
I thought Basuma today came back in after being basically left out since, of course.
Mainly due to his own fault, though.
Yeah, of course. But he came back in today because of and actually, I would say sort of took his chance in some respect, because I look at Tuesday's game. I thought, actually, I don't even know. Can he play on Tuesday? Basuma. I don't know. I don't think he's in our Champions League squad,
I don't think
so he
he
can't play. But he's well in contention for playing next Saturday against Burnley.
He's better
well
than
in.
Benzico.
Yeah, but he's
better than Palhinha.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that he's well in contention to start that game.
Yeah.
Like, but it's
I'm now just reading here a tweet, and it just says the average season ticket at Tottenham Hotspur costs £1,000. Ours was, what was it last year?
I was at £1,071.
Right. In the last 12 months alone,
Yeah.
we've won 4 Premier League home games. That's £250 a win. And
Yep.
I just want to put it out there that Jesse and I think, have seen 2.
Yeah.
I think we were absent for the other 2. Brentford at home this year, we didn't go to. And I couldn't even tell you the other one.
Southampton.
I've only
Southampton
seen-
at home was probably the other one. I
only seen
wasn't at
Burnley.
that game, I don't think.
I've only seen Burnley.
Man United at home.
Yeah, the 1-0.
Yeah.
I think they're the 2 that I've seen, and that's what, £500 a win.
Yeah, £500 a win for a home game.
Like,
and
that
you know
is
what?
abysmal,
And you know
man.
what? That is the exact reason why a lot of people can't be bothered to go to home games,
this
and they'd
person-
rather go to away games. You literally turned around
yeah.
and said Thomas Frank has won, must have won the quadruple amount of games away from home than he has at home in the Premier League, and that just cannot happen. Think back to just before you go.
Hang on, it's a good record to have that you'll
Yeah,
win more away
no,
games.
the away-
but you have to sort your home form out.
Yeah.
And our style of football
Mate,
is so bad. Who was it who said a couple of weeks ago on the podcast was we play the worst style of football, and I said, what, better than West Ham? You were like, yeah. I don't think so now.
No, I don't know.
We've gone and
Yeah.
lost 2-1.
Yeah,
I actually could agree.
And actually, their style of football today was all right.
Watch us get turned over by Burnley.
Yeah, no, I think we could. But going back to it, right? Think back to that last season at White Hart Lane. Yeah, we didn't lose a game there. We won 17, drew 2, lost 0. Flip that now, 8 years down the line, and we've won 2 Premier League games at home this season. Absolutely awful. I've read already, because I know you're about to bring this up, right? Thomas Frank now, I know the board, they even came out in the programme, they've come out and said they're backing him. The board now have to act. The board now have to look at this situation, look at the fans, their reactions, and go, you know what? This cannot continue. As simple as that.
Do you know what?
It cannot keep going on that we're going to games, we're getting to half time at 1-0 down, and there's boos. We then go and lose the game, and there's even bigger boos. The boos that I heard today at full time were the biggest boos I've ever heard at this stadium, and there have been a lot of boos at this stadium. It was so loud that it was deafening that actually I didn't even realise that they put music on. Normally, when there are big boos, there are normally really big boos, right? Mm-hmm. And they crank the music up really loud to try and drown the boo. The boos were so loud today that I did not hear the music, even as I was walking out. It was absolutely deafening to hear. And if the ball can sit there and happily go, we've heard numerous and numerous weeks of booing and, seeing performance after performance being absolutely terrible. And they can still sit there and go, you know what? We're going to give, out of all the managers we've had, all of them, they're going to go, we're going to give one of the worst managers we have ever had, currently on record for points per game. 1.32 points per game so far, which is absolutely terrible. And they go, you know what? This is the guy we're going to back. I would have now, in hindsight, and hindsight's always a great thing, we should just give them Postecoglou until Christmas. If it was going to be like this anyway, then why didn't we just give Postecoglou until Christmas?
So I something I want to bring up, and I actually thought was a very good point.
Yeah.
Was I'm now actually trying to find it because you've rambled on for so long that I've kind of forgotten what it actually was.
Sorry.
I think it was mainly about the board itself.
Yeah.
And like I'm flicking through all of my stuff on Twitter here, and it was like someone said, look, it's like we're back in the 90s. If you look at what Tottenham done in the last 6 or 7 years, we've undone everything.
Yeah, we have, yeah.
Every single thing that Pochettino did for us has been undone, sadly.
Yep, 100%.
And I would actually agree with that.
Yep, no, I totally agree. I think also the board have looked at this situation now. They brought in Heitinger as a coach.
Yeah,
and
we've also appointed some Man City guy.
Yeah,
I've never heard of.
And I think actually Heitinger, that's an awful photo. Heitinger was manager at Ajax when Kudus was there. He was he was manager when Kudus was at Ajax. He also has been he was a coach at Liverpool for a little bit of time. I wouldn't be surprised if within the next couple of weeks, if it keeps going on like it is, Thomas Frank gets sacked and we put John Heitinger in as interim manager until the end of the season.
Okay, so I can understand that.
And then we move on. That's what I can see.
So I can understand that. And
I don't agree with it, by the way.
Yeah, no, but I'd be happy to accept that. However, you now look at Man United.
Yep.
Bigger and better club than us.
Mm-hmm.
Who else? Real Madrid.
Yep.
Arguably biggest club in the world. Probably the biggest club in the world. And
potentially Liverpool.
Crystal Palace now as well. Yep. So hypothetically, we get rid of him now.
Mm-hmm.
We give this other guy until the summer. Every other club that we know, like Man United, they've appointed Carrick for 6 months.
Yeah.
To give him to the end of the season.
Yeah, they'll be looking.
At that point, you're then having a battle with other clubs to try and bring in a manager that we're going to lose out on.
I agree.
If it's a straight shootout for Oliver Glasner, as an example, right? Obviously, I've said multiple times, I think he's a great manager. Yeah. We will make him worse.
Yep. I think Man United would make him worse as well, but
I think we'd make him even worse.
Yeah.
Right? If he sat down and had to assess his options, I'm going straight to Man United.
Yeah.
I'm looking at Tottenham Hotspur and be like, yeah, cool, you're the club.
No,
for me.
it is a total. That's a totally valid point. And actually,
why as a club would you put yourself in a position where you're trying to have a straight shootout with clubs that are 10 times bigger than you?
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
That would have more of a pull.
So
I get it.
At that point, you may as well do what we did when Pochettino got sacked.
Yeah.
And start talking to managers now with our current manager in charge and be like, cool, this is our plan, this is our vision. It shouldn't be, right?
Yeah.
I can't remember who said it, but it shouldn't be the club interviewing someone for a job. It should actually be the club trying to sell themselves to the manager because we're that shit.
Yeah.
It's like I saw Nagelsmann allegedly in London. Why would he ever do that? I'd love him. He's a great manager, but why would he ever come?
Yeah, no.
The only realistic option now, I genuinely do think, and I think he'd do it out of the love for the club, is Pochettino.
Yeah, I was about to say. I think there is
another manager in world football at the moment that is looking at our club going, "Oh, wouldn't mind giving that a go."
Yeah, I think
it's a poison chalice, and I don't know what needs to happen.
But I think that would be.
That's probably so much trouble.
But I think that's probably the board's in the back of their mind. They're going, the World Cup's in June.
Yeah.
Pochettino, obviously, he'll want to take the USA into the World Cup and sort of complete the World Cup. and then after that try and go get him. But then the issue that I've got is that most of our players are probably going to be in pre-season training while the World Cup is on, because they won't get into their World Cup squad.
Yeah.
Because they're not good enough.
Unless it's the likes of
like Van der Ven,
Pat
Romero,
Massar, for example, like he'll go,
Van der Ven, Romero, like there will be
Solanke.
players.
No disrespect to him, never getting called up to the England squad.
Xavi Simons right now won't get in the Holland team. He wouldn't. He may get in the squad. He wouldn't get in the starting 11.
Yeah.
But you're looking at it.
Over there.
But you're looking at it going, well, actually, half of our squad are just going to be in pre-season training.
Yeah.
In July.
Yeah.
Which then means
why not get a first team coach that can start building their principles there and then?
But that's the only thing in my mind is, if we are going to wait until the summer, then all roads lead to Pochettino. That's what it looks like.
Again,
however,
I would be absolutely petrified of him coming in. We've got all these wonderful memories of him, and we've got such high hopes because of what he's done previously that it will potentially continue how it is now.
Yeah.
It will go down a very salty and annoying road where, we might be playing relatively attractive football, but we're not getting results, whatever.
Yeah.
People will start to turn, and then it will the relationship will end sour and it will undo everything.
Well, again, that's
like all them memories.
That's the
10
issue,
years
right?
ago.
Yeah. That's the issue with it.
10 years ago, we turned up to, and this is nearly coming up to dead on 10 years ago, in February, we turned up to the Etihad, played some liquid ball.
Yeah.
1-3-2, I think it was, on Valentine's Day, Eriksen's birthday, and we were like, hang on a minute, we could
win the league.
Win the league.
Yeah.
10 years later, we're fighting for survival in the Premier League. How does that happen?
Yeah, no, exactly.
How does that happen?
Yeah,
how is that physically possible? And I'm not going to lie, if I am... Well, the owner probably doesn't give a shit about the actual club, to be honest, but if I'm like the higher up who come out and say, oh yeah, we do care about the club, we do have X, Y, Z, why the hell are you not sitting yourself down and, like, honestly, lock yourself away in a dark room with your own thoughts? Because you need to have you need to get that head of yours out your backside and get real, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Because it is absolutely unacceptable. I'd sit down and be like, cool, 10 years ago we were title challengers. The year after we were title challengers.
Yeah.
We were then Champions League finalists. We've won one trophy that were literally on the brink of relegation. Had the other three teams not have been that bad, we're now
in a similar. Well, we're in a similar position, but instead we're out of everything.
1.32 points per game.
Yeah.
Right. Champions League. There's no point. Just bin it off. Just give us a prize money now.
Yeah.
And just bin it off.
Yeah.
Right. It's what the fuck has gone wrong? Like, seriously, what has gone wrong? It's the same as Man United. Like, they had it as well. But what on earth has gone wrong? Yeah. Man United at least have got to cup finals.
Yeah,
year in, year out. Mm-hmm. Us, it just gets worse and worse.
Yeah, we're in a really, really we're in a really, really poor position at the moment. But I have read, literally just before we came on to record this, I did read that from the Times that Thomas Frank, his future is in the balance after we suffered an embarrassing home defeat to West Ham. But again, obviously I'm not a massive fan of West Ham for obvious reasons, but I do have respect for them. Sorry, I've got to show you this.
He looks like he's about to. Anyway,
Murphy, sorry.
I have respect for West Ham. I don't like them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the away end at that 2-1, right? I looked at it when they scored. I'm not gonna lie, I got jealous because I would pay very big money to be a neutral supporter. That, like, not in that game, but to express that feeling.
Yeah, no, it is
where
always.
There are 3,000 people whose literal weekends and week determines their mood.
Yeah.
And they've gone and scored a last minute winner.
Yeah, like that. And
in their cup final as well, like, fair play. Honestly, it looked absolutely brilliant.
But also, on the flip side.
Let me finish, right?
Yeah.
It's like, West Ham are crap.
Yeah.
Like, you are shit. Like, your actual football is shit. I mean, ours isn't that much better, but it's like, I'm rapidly falling out of love with football.
Yeah.
I actually don't think I'm gonna.
That's
Shut up
funny,
again. I actually don't think I'm. Well, actually, no, I'm not probably going to turn up on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Just because, why am I going to pay whatever the hell I paid for a Dortmund ticket for another crap performance to then get home at 1 a.m. to then wake up for work the following morning?
Yeah, I think
What's
the
point?
only saving grace is that our European record has been good, but then we're coming up against an actual decent team rather than some of the teams that we've come up against beforehand. I can't really read anything else.
Let's
on
just
Thomas
appreciate
Frank.
this, right?
Yeah.
From February the 1st, not even taking Burnley into account.
Yeah, so 2 weeks away.
In the Premier League alone,
Yeah.
we've got Man City at home, instant loss. Man United away, loss. Newcastle at home, loss. Arsenal at home, loss. Fulham away, loss. Palace at home, maybe, because we could pick up a point.
They haven't been great.
They haven't been great. They've just lost their captain, and there's talk of their striker potentially leaving.
Yeah.
Maybe. We've then got Liverpool away, instant loss.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. But
So you're saying out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Premier League games, right?
Get 1 point.
We get 1 point.
But
just sack him now.
But if you look at that, right, and you go, if we only win 1 in 7 in there, plus then we lose to Burnley, right, we could be right down there.
Yeah.
We could be if results go against us, we could be right down there. Someone's put on Twitter here, Poch will be back after the World Cup. Until then, we just need an interim manager who gets the club and who the players will believe in. Get that right, and the fans will be behind him. Asking for too much? ?
So
But
I
then you
actually
look at
think-
you look at an interim but you look at interim manager who's going to come in.
Now, this
right?
is what I'm going to bring
Do
up.
Do not even.
Ryan Mason can
No,
fuck
not
right
yeah.
off, right?
Don't bring Ryan Mason
I'm
up.
bringing this man up because we brought him up last
Don't
week.
say
I
Robbie
think.
Keane either.
No,
because
he can fuck right
because
off.
but Robbie Keane is in a full-time position. He's not going to
fuck him
leave
off,
that
right?
to come into an interim job.
Hear me out, and I actually think a majority of viewers and the whole fan base would get on board this.
Go on.
Harry Redknapp, get him in. He said he'd do it for free.
Redknapp. Yeah,
He said
Redknapp.
he'd
You
do
could
it for free. Just get him in.
Someone else has put contrasting things here. Frank said today, apparently in the interview, we were close to something very good. On the flip side, what's his name? Romero said this was a disaster.
Yeah.
So when your
There's clear lack.
captain and your manager are saying very conflicting things, then surely there's not much way back at all.
There's a very clear lack of communication between the whole club.
That's bad. Go on.
There's a whole lack of communication from head to toe.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, put it like this: we've gone from Son, Kane, Ericsson, and Dele to Tel, Mawani, Odobert, and Xavi.
Yeah, that's bad. That's such a bad downgrade.
You're talking about Dele Alli.
That's like going from.
Hang on.
That's like going from.
Hang on a second.
Go on.
9 years ago, I believe.
Yeah.
In fact, you might have fact checked on this. Dele Alli got 20 Premier League goals by himself.
Yep.
That's more than all 4 of them names combined in a whole season.
Yeah, no, I totally agree.
Ericsson, I'm pretty sure he would have got 12. Right?
So, hold on. This is breaking news.
Has he been sacked?
Hold on. This is breaking news. Someone has put on here, it's over, 100% confirmed. Thomas Frank will not be Tottenham manager. Decision made, might not be tonight because of formalities, but he will not manage the Dortmund game. Now, that was about 20 minutes ago. But again, I haven't read anything else at all. The last thing I'm going to bring up before we wrap this up, and I'll leave everyone on this. Nuno Espirito Santo.
He made us proud.
Has won the same number of Premier League matches at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in the last 9 months as Spurs have.
Yeah.
2. I will leave you on that one. Thomas Frank, please, you need to get gone. You need to get in the bin.
P45 out.
The owners, do what you need to do. Get someone in that as Luke said, fully behind. And you know what? Let's wait and see what happens. If you haven't already, please make sure you do hit the subscribe button. We have got a few new subscribers in the last week or so. So thank you to you who have subscribed. Please also leave a like or hit the like button. I appreciate it a lot. If you are listening on any of our audio platforms, please give us a review. We'll really appreciate that as well. All of our links will be in the description below. But until, I presume if you're not going to be going to Dortmund, we won't do one after Dortmund. So it will be after Burnley next Saturday. Laters.